I recognize the gentleman from Nebraska, Mr. Bacon.
Thank you, Chairman Rogers, and thank you to all three of you for being here today. I want to congratulate General Brown on becoming chairman. We were colonels together, 1-stars, and base commanders in Europe, so congratulations. My first question is to Secretary Austin concerning the Ukrainian aid. Is it the administration's plan to send long-range ATACMS to Ukraine? I hope it's yes.
We have already done that, sir.
Already done it, so, but the intention is to keep sending more.
Well, we will provide as much capability as we can.
Okay.
So.
I think that we want to ensure that we're sending difference makers. They're not feeding into the gridlock, from my perspective. General Brown, I want to talk about nuclear survivability. You know, for 29 years, we flew the Looking Glass 24 hours a day with a general on board that could take over our nuclear forces if the White House, the Pentagon, or Stratcom was hit. In 1990, we stopped flying that mission and had it on ground alert primarily. We think the threats are back to what they used to be with the behavior of Russia and the behavior of China. And now we have weapons that can strike us in 15 minutes, so we think it's even more imperative to have this capability. What are the plans to bolster our nuclear command and control survivability?
This is a representative. It's an ongoing conversation about how we advance our nuclear command and control and maintain that nuclear command and control in the environment we're operating in today, particularly against the threat. I would also say, as we advance in technology, there's also opportunities to change that approach as well. And so that's where our focus areas are, as we look at combined joint all-domain command and control, how that also feeds into our new command and control as well.
I know there's alternative ways to provide that same capability, but my impression has been, this has been under discussion for years now. I think at some point we need to resolve it and have a plan so that we can, and it's not really for us, it's for Russia and China to know that no matter what they do, they can't catch us asleep and can't decapitate us. And so it seems to me that we should have a plan soon, because I just feel like this has been an ongoing discussion of what we should be doing. So I just want to submit that to you. Back to you, Secretary Austin, on Taiwan. Deterrence starts today, and I'm under the impression we're being told that there's a huge backlog of weapons that we owe Taiwan. One report was $20 billion. What are we doing to expedite getting these weapons to Taiwan?
Well, I stood up a Tiger team to address this issue as soon as we came on board, figure out what the nature of the backlogs was, and then what are the things that we can do to work through those backlogs and get this capability to Taiwan and others, quite frankly, as quickly as possible. They came up with a number of insights. That task force still exists, by the way, and my challenge to them is to continue to work through challenges and obstacles to make sure that we're moving as rapidly as possible. As you know, sir, there are a number of things that go into this equation. You know, industry, industrial issues and challenges. You know, you name it. But again, I think we have been able to move some things forward a bit faster. But this work needs to continue on. We're going to reduce the backlog. I can't predict to you exactly when that's going to be, but I think you know, it's a thing that we'll stay focused on. So.
Yeah, day one of the war is too late, and we just know the best way to stop it is sea mines, harpoon missiles, long-range air defense, and so I think, you know, obviously it's imperative that we expedite those deliveries. My last thing I would like to point out to Secretary Austin, or at least discuss. We put 31 recommendations together to improve quality of life in the military. One of them was a targeted pay raise for E1 through E4. And yet some of the leaders in OSD, I'm not saying yourself, pushed back on that, saying the pay is adequate. But yet we have good evidence that many of our junior enlists are on food stamps, relying on food banks. And we just think we got to do better. And there was an article that came out today, or it was yesterday, that fast food restaurants are paying more than our E4s are getting, who are not married. So we hope that we'll have your support for a targeted pay raise through E1 through E4. And with like 15 seconds left, would you care to comment?
Well, I want to thank you for the support that you've given us to date. You know, I asked you for a 4.6% pay raise for the force in '23. You supported us In 24, the budget that was just appropriated, we asked you for a 5.2% pay raise. You supported us for that. That's
Gentleman's
the
time's
largest pay raise in
expired.
20
Chair now recognizes the gentlelady from New